Hey, what is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today's video is going to be talking about KeyBank and how you're able to acquire up to $100,000 through business credit card and their business line of credit without any sort of financial returns, tax documents, or income verification needed. And this is one of the top tier banks that we highly recommend to our clients and to a lot of individuals that are looking to get fast funding and have the highest chance of getting approved. And keep in mind, this bank is geo restricted. So why don't we head into our screen to go over some of the data points and some of the requirements needed on your end in order to qualify and get approved for $100,000 with KeyBank. So number one, starting out, what we normally do with any of the banks that we're planning to get funding under, we always want to head over to bank branch locator to see how many branches are there across in the nation, especially in the United States, and in what state, rather they're geo-restricted or they're a nationwide bank. So in this particular data point, KeyBank is actually only in 16 states. So the way that you work around is, for example, if it's not in the current state that you're in, that you're doing business in, what you can do is head into one of these filing websites like InkFile or LegalZoom or wherever you had your LLC incorporated. And what you want to do is file for a foreign filing. So what that allows you to do is to do business in a different state in which these banks are located and geo-restricted to. And once you get all of those paperwork, so you bring your articles of incorporation, your SS4 form, which is your EIN confirmation number, as well as the foreign filing paperwork into the branch in order to start and open up a relationship or merchant account with that following bank, and then apply for those lending products right afterwards, right? So this is applicable to KeyBank. And as you can see, they are located in the following states: Alaska, Colorado, and you can work your way down the list. In this case, what we're going to do is head into some of the data points, mainly to apply for a business credit card up to $50,000 and a business line of credit up to $50,000 upon opening up a business checking account with KeyBank. Let's head into the data points. I'm going to expand this right over here, move my little head on the right hand corner. So basically now we sorted the entire United States and make sure that it's in the location that we're doing business in, or we file as a foreign entity to do business within that state. Some of the data points and score that is required ahead of time before you consider applying with them or scheduling an appointment with the business banker is, number one, you want to have a 700 plus FICO score. Now this is very important because as lending conditions becomes more strict and as the economy changes over time, the requirement is going to increase, right? So whatever data points that you're seeing today is only applicable for 2023. Not sure if it's going to change in 2024, but there's a lot of variables that causes a lot of these underwriting to change over time. Having 700 plus FICO score, having a good standing with the state, so that's where the foreign filing, or if you are registered within that state where Key Branch is located, you want to make sure you check the Secretary of State website on that state that you incorporate your business in and make sure that is good standing, because what they're going to do is cross-reference that information with the Secretary of State's website to make sure that your LLC has been doing the annual filing and that it's in currently good standing. You also want to make sure that the business you apply with is 2-year-old. A lot of times banks don't like to lend to newer business that are less than a year or less than 2 years because those tend to pretty much fail. I think statistically is 4 out of 5 businesses failed in the first 5 years of business. So they do have that strict requirement of having 2 years in order to apply for the business line of credit, and most importantly, their business credit card as well. And then last but not least, you just want to make sure that there are no more than 3 hard pulls on Equifax, because that is primarily the credit bureau that they pull from in the past 6 months. So what you can do is go to Experian.com, sign up for all 3 of the credit reports, or go to Equifax.com, get your free annual credit reporting, and then double check in the past 6 months, do you have more than 3 hard pulls on there? If so, then it might be worth postponing that until later on, or you can take advantage of our free inquiry removal where you can call in and dispute those inquiries off your credit report. So upon opening up a business checking account or applying for both of their products, it's going to be a soft pull. So when a soft pull happens, they're actually not going to pull your credit and it's not going to impact your credit score. They're just going to do a soft check based on the current credit report that you have without having to add in hard inquiry on there. So this is beneficial for you because ahead of time you can see whether or not you're eligible for that product before pulling that application trigger with them, right? What we will recommend as kind of like the last data point is prior to doing all of that you want to make sure that you open up a merchant account with KeyBank if you meet those following requirements, and depositing money with them, because at the end of the day, KeyBank is one of those banks that are more relationship based, and they value current customers that already have existing products with them, and it makes the whole application process more streamlined and a lot easier to submit on that side. And plus, if you're already banking with them and you show some sort of deposit coming in, it means you're kind of invested with the bank. Therefore, the probability of you getting approved with no documents, no tax returns, and just a decent credit score is a lot higher compared to someone that has no prior relationship coming into this bank. So in order to really streamline this and prepare yourself to get that possibility of getting approved for both those lending products with a soft pull, we do recommend that you open up a business merchant account, business deposit account, season it for maybe a month, right? Make sure you deposit $5,000 if possible. You can also liquidate business credit cards at no interest to make that deposit to build further relationships with other institutions. And you want to make sure that you bring all of the paperwork ahead of time in branch, and make sure you call into the branch as well to schedule an appointment with them. Okay, so with that being said, if you follow all of these data points, I am sure that you will get approved for those type of products. And again, I know it takes some work on your end. At the end of the day, you're accessing 0% capital up to $50,000, another $50,000 of this line of credit, $100,000 combined. What is one day's work worth to you, right? In order to get $100,000 in capital. So with that being said, subscribe to this channel, click the like button, and then be ready for more of these data point type of videos where we kind of like go over some of the top banks nationwide across the United States and how to apply for some of their lending products with the requirements and data points that comes with it. Okay, that being said, I'll see you in the next video.